It's been like a long time ago that we made a video, one video about passive income, that we were going to start doing like reports about passive income and start working on passive income and stuff, but it's until now that we're actually doing that. Passive income is income received on a regular basis with little effort required to maintain it. And what we are kind of saying, better definition for us would be income generated with minimal ongoing time investment, or income sources with a high rate of return on the time investment and flexibility. Technically, we do continue to work on these things. It's not like it's just like set it and forget it per se, but it's definitely compounded over time. We actually did a 2015 passive income report on our blog last month, and now it's time for the January report. So you can check both of those things out over on our site. One thing to note as you go along with us on this journey, this passive income stuff is kind of more important to us now because we don't have a steady source of income on our business side of things. Like, this is our biggest source of income now. We need to make it count, I guess. We want to just do monthly reports about it, sort of as a way to keep ourselves accountable a little bit, and just kind of record our process. It helps us, but it also can potentially help you if this is something that you're interested in pursuing. You can see a real kind of behind the scenes look into stuff. A quick rundown for January 2016. We made a total of 4 posts in January, 1 a week. That's been kind of my goal, is to get 1 up every week. Last year, I was very inconsistent. Yeah. For January, we had a little over 165,000 people visit the site, and that generated approximately 250,000 page views. From affiliates in January, we earned $242.83. Basically, how we make affiliate income is from any sort of links in our posts about any sort of products. So it's not like we have any sort of newsletter that we send out and push anything, at least not at this point. Hopefully in the future, somehow. When I say push things, I mean like give people opportunities, basically, you know. Okay, YouTube, $141.35. YouTube is a very fluctuating platform for us, for a really small channel.
We post on YouTube mostly for the memories and stuff. It's one random video that makes most of the money for us. So
yes, one random video, basically because of the thumbnail and the name of the video, and that people happen to search for it. It had been up for a long time before it actually started like getting a ton of views, and I don't know why. Well,
it's mostly because it's a suggested video.
Yeah, it started becoming a suggested video on YouTube, and then that's how it went. You cannot control that. However, that is definitely something that we want to work on more, optimizing our videos more.
There's strategies and ways to get more views and so on and so forth. So, but we haven't really worked on it that much.
Not really at all. We kind of changed things a little bit. 5 videos a week instead of 6, largely because we weren't able to access for quite a while our video archive for the Throwback Thursdays. For right now, while we're doing a lot of traveling and we have weddings coming up and stuff, it feels a little bit better just to do the 5 days a week. And we can always throw up an extra video if we are so inspired to do that, but this is how we're doing it for right now. So we'll see if that affects anything. I don't really think it will, because like we said before, our main revenue from YouTube is with like basically 1 video. So anyway, for sponsored content in January, we were actually paid for content that we had done previously. So the amount that we made last month was $3,850, which was very handy. And then for ads from the blog, we made $828.22, which is also not shabby, particularly considering it's January.
January is supposed to be like starting the low season of ads.
It's actually really good compared to what we used to get.
Yeah, oh my word. The company that manages our ads has done such a ridiculously amazing job.
I think we used to get like 150.
We used to get $100 a month out of it. They moved some ads around recently, and so I think that really helped the amount of money that we got for those ads.
Yeah, they basically optimized our ads a little bit more. We added a couple of ad spots actually, and or changed the type of ad spots that we had on the site. Some of it was so that companies could kind of bid, in a sense, on the ad placement and stuff like that. So that is largely, I think, what offset the normal low of January ad revenue. We're not a big time blog whatsoever. We do a good job with what we do post, but we haven't taken it seriously as a business, so to speak, And so it's something that we're just kind of slowly starting to do.
And it's mostly like a lot of stuff that we just passionate about, and we like to write about it, and we like to make videos about that kind of stuff, and so on and so forth. So
yeah, up until this point, it's really been more about doing it for fun and the experience of doing it.
Another thing in regards to the better month was that in November we worked really hard to get some keywords that were probably going to have higher cost per clicks. And so what that does is, even though they're not ranking super high, whenever somebody goes there and they click an ad for it, the cost per click is going to be a little bit higher. And we did see an increase in the amount of money that we got per 1,000 views. Better ad placement, better keywords. I know it's kind of annoying to go on our site and be like, oh my word, there's ads like everywhere, but the idea is to offset the cost of hosting a site, because we can't really...
It costs us like $100 a month just to host it, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, and then in December we had to pay almost another $80 because
of
we
extra.
went over the limit. But the thing with that is, if we wouldn't be hosting it where we're hosting right now, which is WP Engine. If you're looking for hosting, look for the link in the notes, because these guys are super helpful and the customer service is out of this world. They optimize your blog to make it faster. They have caching that is up. If you've ever tried to learn caching for WordPress and stuff like that, it's a pain. And these guys have it already built into their system. You just import your blog and they set you up, and security is great. They make sure that you don't have funky plugins or whatever. So these are like WordPress pros that are managing your site. It actually does affect your SEO. So anyways.
As far as new things that we tried in January, I added a job search ad box thingy, because I had seen on some other income report that that person made like maybe $100 on it. And so I was like, well, doesn't hurt to try, but as far as I can tell, waste of time. I'll probably leave it on maybe through February and just see, but it's looking like not really a good fit at all. And then another thing that I started trying is something called Pub Exchange, and basically what it is it adds a little widget at the bottom of your post, and it links to partner articles, and you can go into the system and pick specific partners based on like your content, what you think is a good match. The system is set so that the widget automatically adjusts how it shows the articles between the two sites so that you should get an equal amount of traffic. It's like a reciprocal thing. It's kind of like the concept of the old school, like share my blog button on your site and I'll share yours or whatever, but it's more of an even trade. So I just thought to try it out and see. I only had it up for about a week in January, and in that week there was approximately, for what I can tell, about like 68 views, which is really measly, but it didn't have a whole ton of partners loaded, and I don't know, it's definitely on an upward trend, so I'm gonna just stick with it for a while and see if it makes sense. I mean, page views are page views, and visits are visits, so can't really hurt, I don't feel like.
But this isn't like anything that you make money on though.
No, you technically could put paid for spots, but it's such a ridiculously low, it's like 3 cents or something stupid per click. That's not worth your time at all. Something else that I tried with the social media thing is called Blinkies, maybe? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But basically, anything that you send out through Twitter, when anyone clicks on that link, it opens up and has like your information on the side so that they see more about you or whatever. I don't really think it's worth it for our Twitter account with what we're doing with it right now. Stuff gets shared there automatically. I used to really love Twitter back when I would actually read it and interact with people. I haven't been doing that for at least a year or two. So it's just kind of like there to be there, basically. I mean, I still like interacting with people. If people talk to me, I definitely reply or whatever. And then the one other thing really that I did in January was I kind of did some more research into selling some of our own products, basically. I drew up a font or letters that I'm gonna use to create perhaps some products. It's just something that we kind of want to experiment with a little bit. So I guess that's January. If you want to know more details, check out the blog post about all of this. Oh, and let us know in the comments below if you have any sort of questions about this kind of stuff that you want us to talk more about. Is that it?
That's it. This is horrible.
Okay, please don't breathe on me. Coffee breath. In case you're wondering what David's breath smells like, it smells like coffee. Basically adjusts itself. What's the word? smartly. What's the word for smartly?